the best way to play 66 inside, gets you out of the hand, gets your bets pressed up. Is it my new favorite way to play 66 inside? Let's find out.
What is up, everybody? Chris the DJ here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Today we are looking at another version of a 66 inside play. I'll tell you, this one could be one of my favorites that I've done in a while. All right, so this one comes to us from Ted, Mr. Special Delivery. As you guys know, I've been rolling out some different 66 inside, skill 66, that kind of stuff, videos recently. Ted sent me this one, and I do like it quite a bit. All right, so what's going to be a little bit different about this than the standard skill 66 is once you get that second hit, we're not going to regress down to 44 inside. And you're like, well, that's not the skill 66. Exactly. I didn't call it that. I said it was 66 inside. And this one, I think, sets you up for great opportunity to have your bets pressed up a little bit quicker and get to a more aggressive point. All right. Yes, you do need a few more hits, but I think it's going to work out well. Let's hope it works out well for us. So $600 bankroll here, right? And what we're going to need is 66 inside. We are going to need a couple bucks to press as we go. All right. But I'm going to do this with Randy shooting as well as myself shooting. Okay. So I'm going to start out with myself shooting. Yes, I know I need a pass line bet. However, since I'm just shooting for the video, I'm not going to have a pass line bet. I'm just going to let it rock the way it is. All right. So we're going to come out looking for a point, and let's hope DGen can have some good rolls. All right, 617 on the come out does nothing for us. Doesn't help us. Doesn't hurt us. We don't really care all that much, right? Don't matter. It don't matter. Let's get a point set, and then we're gonna need some inside hits. 549, center left field. All right, so puck's gonna return over 9. Yes, they would tell me to hit the back wall on that one, but it's okay. All right. All right, so 66 inside, okay? I'm gonna drop out 75. Right? It's gonna be 9 change to us. Okay. And we are good to go there. And let's get our 6s and 8s cat. Now, the thing I really like about this, I said it in the intro, but the thing I really like about this is the opportunity to get to higher levels, right? So we're gonna press the inside with the first hit when we get it, but then we're gonna collect that $28 hit a couple times and then regress down to 96 across as opposed to 44 inside. That's why I said you had a lot more opportunity here. Here we go. 639 right back. All right, that's going to be a front line winner, but it's also going to be a hit for us. All right, so we don't really care about the line necessarily here. The fact that it's not going to get us paid for this next roll, but we'll see what happens. All right, so it's going to pay 21, right? Standard, we press 1 unit inside, $22 of the pressure. Okay, now we're at this $28 level. Here, first hit, we're collecting. Okay. We need to get a point set though. So let's get a point set. We got a 10, 6, 4, 10. Okay. Now we're at point. Mark that up. All right. Now we got 88 inside. Okay, we're going to collect our first hit. Hopefully we can get our first hit here. And we got another 9, 6 and a 3. Hot on that 9 right now, right? All right, so what we're going to do is that's going to pay us 28. We're going to collect it, and we're just going to leave everything where it is. Okay, so it pays 28. Okay, collect our 28. We're good to go. Here we go. There's a 549. All right, so that's a second hit we're collecting there. And now we're actually going to pull the 9 down. Now, it's not because I'm hitting the 9 that we're pulling it down, but um, it kind of emulates, like an iron cross of sorts. We're not going to grab the field, but your setup is going to be sort of like an iron cross. And why are we doing this? Well, here's 28, right? We already pulled 28 back to the rack. Now we're going to take the 9 down. And so we pull 28 and 28 is 56, and another 20 is $76. So this is paid for by what we had put out and what we have in the rack, right? So now we're looking for a hit here, and that $28 hit is going to go perfectly into 96 across. All right, so that's what we're trying to do here. Very clean move. I do like it a lot. And let's see if we can get to 96 across, and we will. 325. All right, 3 and then 2. All right, so it's going to pay us 28. Now I'm going to pay it in red chips. Okay, just to show you it's easier, right? We're going to go to 96 across. So we're going to take 1 unit off those numbers here. All right. And we're going to come here, 15, and then we had 15 in, we have 5 in whites. So that'll now have $15.10. That's a perfect 96 across. It works out flawlessly. Ted worked the math on that one. Yes, no? All right. 96 across. Here we go. Now, what we're looking to do is again, press the 110, press up to 110 inside. So that's going to be 2 hits of 22 pressure inside. If you want to press differently, you can certainly do that. Now, once we get these bets up again, then we're going to start grabbing a $3 C, $2 E, and you basically have every number covered other than the you know what. So let's see if we can get there. Shall we? There's a 426. All right. The number 42. Okay, it's going to pay us 21, right? Again, we're going to drop $1 and go 22 pressure on the inside. And if you don't like this level of pressing, you can certainly press however you please. I'm just going to keep running this way because this is the way that Ted likes to do it. And we're trying to get that inside built up to 110 inside. That's what we're trying to do. You got a 6.5 yo, mid-mo. 6 is down here. There's, I rolled it. You should have seen it. It was a 6. Would have preferred it to be in mine, so I would have got paid. But here's where that CD comes into play. Like, it would have been nice to have it there. We're not quite there yet. Once we get to that 110 leveling, we'll start throwing that out there, and we're going to be there now. 5-3, easy 8. All right, 5 in a tray. Okay, so that's going to pay us $28, right? I'm going to pay it out in red chips because we're going to thrust 22 inside again, right? That's going to be 6 change back to the rack. And now we are 110 inside. I can clean this up. To be 110 inside. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we are going to grab that $5 on the C and E. So $5 total, $3 on the C, $2 on the E. All right. And I'll put it right here so you can see it. The goal is to get this to hit, and then we're going to turn it into a $16 horn if we can get it to hit. Right. That's what we're looking for. Trying to get it to hit, turn into a $16 horn. And we got us an AC deucey. Ace deuce. All right, here we go. So here's the ace. Here's the deuce. Ace deuce. All right, so $3 on the C, right? So that is going to pay us 24 and down. Okay. So we're going to get paid off of this $19. Okay. I'm going to pay, um, I can count. That'd be good. Okay. 19. Okay, it's going to pay 24 and down. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a $16 horn. Yes, you could bump it up to a $24 horn if you wanted to, but we're going to pull this back to the rack and we're going to turn it into a $16 horn. Okay. Now, my horn is covered by the dice cam, so I'm just going to put the horn right here so we know it's there. And now we're looking for another horn number if we can get it. It'd be a beautiful thing. See what happens. Not going to be a horn, but it's a 426. Okay. So let's pull this back. All right, four and a deuce. So we're going to lose our horn bet. That's fine. We had a chance, right? It's going to pay us $35. Now, again, if you want to press the insides, you can press however you want, right? Me personally, I like to just press the single number. Ted would be pressing the inside in totality. So that's what I'm going to keep doing here. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bump up the 5, 6, and 8 by 2 units each. Okay. Because that's going to be $34 basically pays out of that 35, right? That's why we're going to do it exactly that way. So now those are pressed up and going to pay 50 for one. The 9 will be next, and we need a nickel on our C&E again, right? $3 C, $2 E. And we got a 314. It's great, right? We're going to lose our C&E, which is fine. We don't really care. Right? Doesn't matter. That's gonna pay us $28, right? Now, what I like to do here is I like to press to a quarter, right? If you want to press to sorry, it's gonna pay 27, not 20. Um, I like to press to a quarter. So what I'll do is I'll do that, right? Take this back to the rack, and then I'm gonna leave the dollar out there because on the East Coast we pay the vig up front. So I'm gonna pay my vig up front. Now our 4 is at a buy. If you want to press your 4 and 10 together, you can. Again, pressing on this is really up to you, how you like to press. There's a 415. Glorious. Right? 4 and a 1. So that's going to be a 50 for 1 payment for us. Right? And I did forget my CD there, so I'm going to put the 5 out. I'll pay it because I would have placed it. Right? 50 for 1. Now I'm going to collect that one. You could press up your 9 if you want to get that paying 50 for 1 as well. But I'm just going to collect the 50 for 1 there. My $5 CD is backing out. Here we go. And we have 516. Perfect. Right? That's going to be another 50 for 1 collector. Okay. We will lose our CD. No problem. 50 for 1. Right? And let's say now we're going to drop 10, press that up. We'll take this back to the rack and we'll need our CD back. Right? Now, here's another situation where you're in, right? You're pressed up and you're doing pretty well. If you want to regress, it's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. You do what you want, right? But I do like this way quite a bit here. Gets you. The reason I like it is you all know that I like to get aggressive when I'm up and when I'm ahead. Obviously, yes, we're having a pretty good roll right now, but this allows you to get up a lot quicker than like a 44 on the inside for virtually the same risk, right? You're out there for one extra hit. Yes, I know it's not easy to get that hit all the time, but if you can get that hit, you're in a much more advantageous place than being 44 inside. So do what you want with that info. There's a 314. Okay. Another 314. So that's going to be a $50 payment for us as well. right? We're going to lose our CNE. That's going to pay 50. If we want to keep that up, dollar out, right? And collect and compress. Let's bump our, let's say we bump our 10 up to a quarter, right? Let's drop another dollar out. Let's bump our 10 up here, right? And if you want to bump your 4 up to 50, you can. Again, I don't care how you press. I'm just showing you some options. Here we go. And we got 516, the Mixer KitchenAid 501. All right. So again, if you want to press your insides, you certainly can. I'm going to switch it up a touch here, right? Pays 50 for one. I'm going to take my 6 to 90 because I've been hitting it so much. $2 back to the rack, right? We've been hitting that 6. It's our fourth one. So I'm pressing it up to 90. $415. Perfect. DJN is throwing decently today. Let's go. Right? That's what we want. 50 for one. Okay. Keep doing this all day. Selecting 50 for one all day if you want. We're going to press it up again now. What we're going to do here, right? And what I'm trying to do, will it work out? I don't know. What I'm trying to do is bring a black chip back to the rack, and then I'm going to drop down. Like, that's what I'm looking to do on this one at the current moment. But if you, again, you press how you want. Or regress how you want. There's a 639. Okay. So that's the repeater on the 9, actually, too. 6 and a 3, right? It's 50 for one again. Okay. And let's say we're going to bump that one up to 75 as well. Now, if you're pressing just your insides would be, almost at 220 right now. You could have them very easily at 220. But see what happens here. And we got an ace deuce, and I have completely forgotten the that $5 C, $2 E. It's been quite a few rolls. So I'm not going to pay this because I don't know how many I'd have to pay out here. But if you were continuously running that $5 C, $2, or sorry, the $5 C and E, $3 C, $2 E, you would be turning that into a $60 horn. I will play it now, but that's on me because I forgot. If I would have forgotten it on one, I'd play it, but I don't remember how many I've forgotten, to be honest with you. So there's a 628. Okay. 6 and a 2. Glorious. Right. So that's going to pay us 50 for one. Right. 50 for one. We're going to lose our CD again. And again, this is going to go to 90 as well. Okay. And let's replace our C&E. We're looking for any hit on the inside now, right? We're at 330 on the inside right now. And we got a 639. Perfect, right? Absolutely perfect. Now, here's where you're going to find yourself having options. We like options, right? We like options. It's going to be 105 on the payment, right? What I'm going to do here is I'm going to be smart. Okay. Now, some people are going to say you're actually being stupid, which you may think that. That's fine. I'm going to pull down to 160 across now, right? I'm dropping my insides back down to 110. What am I pulling off the table? $325 back to the rack. Okay. You can call me stupid. I'm going to call myself nice and smart. Why? We started with $600. Here's 600 right here. The rest of this is profit. And we still have 160 out there. Listen, we can all hope for the long roll, and we will. However, we all know that we are way past average at this point. So there's nothing wrong with regressing. 426. Okay. And again, we'll press from here, right? No big issue. We're going to press from here. Now, again, if you want to press your insides, you can. It's going to pay us 35, right? I'm going to 60. $5 C&E. I owe a nickel for my last one. I keep forgetting to place it to my hitting ever, but it's fine. I dropped a nickel down. $5 C&E is back. Here we go. And if you don't want the C&E, you don't have to have it. It's just almost like an insurance type thing. 628, right? Just keep pounding those insides. Pause. All right. So it's gonna pay 35, right? Again, going to 60. Okay. $5 to replace the C&E. And here we go. 549. Having a great little run here. I wanted to do multiple shooters so you can see how this works. Well, I don't want the video super long, but we're gonna do it anyway. All right. You guys know me. Nine's going to 60, right? Need to drop a nickel out for the C&E. Yes, it's bleeding me right now, but if it hits, it'll be sweet. The thing is, right? It's not really a bleed. It's bleeding, but we're getting paid and we're using it from the profit, so it's really not that big of a bleed. There's a 549 right back, right? So 5 and a 4. Okay. 60 is going to pay us 84, right? We'll do 8 and 5 for one. Okay. And again, you could press, collect. We're going to collect this. Okay. Yes, we're on a very good roll here, right? 26 rolls in. We've brought back almost $500 on, or actually more than that on this shooter alone. And we have bets out there still, right? Now, some people are going to say, well, you only brought back $500. Yeah, I did only quote unquote bring back 500. We started at 66 inside, ladies and gentlemen, 66 inside, brought back 40 or almost $500, and we've regressed too. You could have more out there. We would have made the regression back and then some, but you can't have that kind of FOMO. There's a yo 6.5, and here I did forget to put it out, but it's still out there because I didn't pay it back. We'll use it on this one so we can finally show you. One day I will remember to keep placing it. This is the problem. I'm not the best dealer, right? That's not my job. So I don't have somebody reminding me, hey, place your C&E. All right, so that's going to pay us 32 and down. Okay. Or $27, right? What we're going to do is we're going to turn this, again, you could turn it into something different if you want. We're going to turn it into a $16 horn. So I need to drop out $10 here. There's the horn, 16, right? If we could hit something here, it'd be sweet. If not, it's fine. There's a hard 4-2-2. Thought it was almost an ace deuce. It's not. It's a hard 4. Okay. So hard 4, right? We're going to lose our horn bet. That's fine. This is going to pay us 50 for one for the VIG, right? And we're going to drop another dollar out because we're going to bump that up to 50 quarterback to the draft. Okay. Let's keep going here, shall we? Let us keep going. There's a hard 8 square pair on the hard 8. I forgot my C&E again. There it is. I'm just going to just take $100 out of my rack and just call it good, eh? All right. It's going to pay us 70. Okay. What do you want to do? It's up to you. Let's say we're collecting this one. Okay. Now, if you look, right? 500, another 500. There's 1,100, 1,200. So we've doubled up and we still have quite a bit of money out there. Yes, I know we're on a good roll. You don't have to tell me. I know. There's midnight, all the dots and all the spots, and I don't have my C&E out there, but I'm post betting it because I can, right? Because I keep doing it. I keep doing it. I keep doing it. Ted's going to shoot me, but it's fine. There was my C&E, right? It's going to pay me $24. Okay. It's going to turn into a $16 horn, 8 back to the rack. And by the way, that's the tall, in case you care. We're aces away from the small. If you were playing the ATS, right, you'd be even racking more money. And there be the 617. All right. No problem at all. 31 rolls. Okay. We did well on that shooter. Right. Very well, obviously. So we had a good amount of money out there too. It's okay. We pulled plenty back. Right. Now, personally speaking, if I was trying to do this and make some profit and leave, I would be leaving right now. And I know this video is going a little bit long. I'm going to just run through it at least once more, just so you can see what it looks like again. So that move doesn't get lost. And maybe I'll roll this out again, so we can see what happens. Coming out looking for a new point, 538. All right, this is not me rolling anymore. We're going to do Randy rolling just for speed purposes. Right? Okay. 66 inside. Right? Starts with 66 inside. That's too many. That's too many. There we go. 66 inside, right? Looking for a hit on the insides. Hard 8 right back. So that's going to be a front line winner, and it will also be hit number 1 for us. Again, we don't necessarily care about what point getting hit, other than the fact that we off for this roll, but pays us 21, right? We drop a buck and we go 22 pressure on the inside, right? Now we're at 88. Bets are off. 538. So we're going to just remark that 8. Okay. We'll lock that. And there we go. 415. Perfect. So what do we do here? We collect, right? This is a $28 hit. That is a collection. Okay. So we collect the 28, right? Again, one more hit on the inside. We collect and pull the 9 down. 314. We're not out there quite yet. Ace and deuce. Again, haven't started the $5 C&E yet, so just keep that rocking here. There's a 516. All right, so that hit, right, pays us 28, right? And what do? We're going to pull the 9 down, right? So now we had this 5, 6, and 8. We're looking for another hit there. One more hit here will pay 28, and we go to 96 across. 4, 2, 6. We are there. Right? We are there. So it's going to pay us 28, 25, 28. Okay. And what are we doing? We're coming to 96 across. Right? So we're dropping these bets down by a unit. Okay. This $5 is going to turn into a red chip. So it works out just so perfectly. 15, 15, and 15. We're 96 across now. Here we go. And we got a 6-5 go. Doesn't matter. We're not on the CE yet, right? We got to get to 110-ish level. If you want to start it sooner, you can. There's another one. There's where the C&E would have turned to a horn and it would have paid if we were doing it at that level. And there's the Cinco dose. But if you take a look, right? We were paid for it, more than paid for it. Because it's 96 across. Yeah, it sucks, but we had the opportunity. Right? That's the thing. That's what I really like about this strategy here. And this little way of playing is the opportunity that presents itself when you do get out of the regression. A lot better than like a skill 66. I still like the skill 66, but going from 44 inside, it's really hard to press your bets up. Now, obviously on that first shooter, we would have had our bets pressed up pretty nicely because it was a good roll. However, this one allows you to press your bets up a lot quicker. So I think you guys got the thing. Or the moves. I'll roll it out again. But there's 500. There's 1,000. Right. Remember, we started at 600. Okay. Here's another 100. So we have 1250, 1255, 1260, 1262. All right. So we made $662 of profit in 2 shooters. Worked out really nice. Thank you, Ted, for sending this my way. Mr. Fast and Delivery. Down in the comments, guys, let me know what you think. If you want to see it again, let me know. But this is the way Ted's been doing the 66 inside. I really do like it a lot. Has a great opportunity present there. You can get your bets up pretty quick, and then you can regress down, press as you please, do what you want. Don't forget, I love you all, and you all have a little DJ in you. I'll see you all real soon. Peace.